All right, everybody, welcome back. Ready to dive in. Today we're tackling staying competitive. Got a great stack of notes to pick apart here. Always looking for that edge, right?
Always. Right. It's like, how do we not just survive, but really thrive out there? Especially when the out there seems to change every 5 minutes.
Totally. And that's where this first point hits hard, stay informed. But, it's not just about being a news junkie.
Right. It's easy to get overwhelmed. This source, though, it really zeroes in on focusing your information diet, so to speak.
Okay, I like that. So, like, what does that look like practically? How do we avoid that information overload?
Well, they actually gave a cool tactic. They mentioned setting up keyword alerts, like on Google Scholar or even LinkedIn for your field. So you're not wading through a million irrelevant articles.
Yeah, no kidding. Reminds me of this one time, actually, I was doing research for, I think it was that AI and ethics piece. Anyway, added a couple really specific keywords to my alerts and bam.
Found exactly what you needed.
More than that, honestly. Found this article, completely reframed my whole approach. It's like the right info finds you instead of the other way around.
That's it. And that ties into the next point. Develop new skills, but with a twist.
Which is, because, obviously, we all know we've got to learn new stuff,
Of
right?
course. But
Yeah.
it's about being proactive, not just, oh, this is a skill I need now, but what's going to be the next big thing in my field?
Oh, so it's almost like future-proofing your skill set.
Exactly. Like, remember the whole scramble to learn Zoom back in, was it 2020? The source uses that as an example. Imagine if we'd all seen that coming, been Zoom pros before it was a necessity.
We'd have been ahead of the curve. And that leads perfectly into being adaptable, which, easier said than done sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. This source, though, they really drive home the point that adaptable doesn't always mean a little tweak here and there.
They mean like full-on career pivots.
Even that. They had this great anecdote about a software developer, right?
Yeah.
Super successful, but saw the writing on the wall, how biotech was blowing up, and there was this overlap starting.
So they just, switched careers entirely.
Yep. Learned new skills,
Yeah.
leaned into that adaptability, and ended up thriving in this whole other field.
Hmm.
It's inspiring, right?
It's ballsy, that's for sure. But speaking of knowing what's next, our next point is all about expanding your network, which I gotta say feels like good life advice in general.
It totally is.
Oh.
But the source connects it back to staying competitive in a really smart way. It's not just about who you know, it's about who NATO WS, what's coming down the pipeline.
So how do we do that strategically? I go to conferences, I'm on LinkedIn, but
It's about being engaged. Like, don't just show up. Really talk to people, ask questions, join those industry-specific online forums. You'd be surprised what you can learn just by listening.
yeah, it makes sense. It's like building your own intelligence network. Okay, last one. Focus on innovation. Now, this is where I get a little intimidated, gotta be honest. Like, I'm not about to invent the next iPhone.
Huh, right. Good news is you don't have to. The source emphasizes that innovation isn't always this big, flashy thing. It could be as simple as finding a way to streamline a process at work.
Oh, so like even if it's not some groundbreaking invention, just making things better, smoother?
Exactly. Even suggesting a new way to approach a problem that keeps cropping up, that's innovation too. And those small wins, they add up.
Big time. So it's about always keeping those antennae up, looking for ways to evolve, even in small ways.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And what's really cool is how these 5 strategies, they all kind of weave together.
Yeah, totally. Like staying informed feeds into your ability to adapt, learning new skills helps you innovate.
And that strong network opens doors to opportunities you might not even know existed yet. It's not just about keeping up, it's about setting the pace.
Love that. So folks, this deep dive, it's not just a one-time listen. It's about taking these strategies and actually using them.
Right. What's one small step you can take, today even, to be a little more informed, a little more adaptable? Think about it.